Alright, what's good, everybody? As the theme song suggests, we're gonna be talking about Black Panther. It's your boy Bandit here. Oh, you wanted me to introduce you?
Oh my god.
I mean, you're the other person.
Well, you're such a terrible host.
I mean,
bro, how he introduced me every other time, but the one time it's just the two of us, nigga don't want to introduce me.
okay, it's...
What's up, y'all? It's your boy,
First of all...
Corey. What's up? Since, we got a rude host today. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
That was the worst intro ever to something that I thought could have been pretty dope, but he wanted to be a bitch about it. But anyway, we digress.
Interesting.
Honestly, if you haven't watched the movie now, please don't listen to this when it comes out.
Spoilers.
Because that's all we got. Spoilers for Black Panther!
Also, if you haven't seen it, you're just wasting your life because it came out Thursday.
Black Panther! That's my call to arms right there.
Interesting.
But anyway, favorite character?
Zuri. No, that's not his. No, that's the dude's name. What's her? Shuri.
Yo, she's the best character.
She's definitely the best character.
She's definitely my favorite character from that shit.
For sure.
When my son Zuri died, he ain't have to die. He was like, I killed your father. I'm responsible. He was like, oh.
That was the most realistic part of the whole movie. Son said, that's nice. I'm going to kill you and him. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Shit. But nah, my son Shuri, she came through with nothing but jokes. She had jokes. She was like, everything here is vibranium.
Yeah, so we're talking about Shuri, not Zuri. Zuri is Forrest Whitaker. Definitely didn't have to die, but also didn't have to lie to my son. And then Shuri's his little sister. She's dope. She's cool. Apparently, she's just smarter than Tony Stark, which is, obvious. Black people are smarter than white people. No, hey, if you white and you listen to this, though, I still love you. Sort of.
Can we talk about how did you feel about the love, like the love connection between Lupita and Chadwick?
Actually, the most realistic Hollywood love ever, because that's actually how real love is. Like, girls will swear they don't really bangs with you, but they'll do all this stuff. Then you ask them to stay, and they be like, "Nah, I'm not staying." But like, come on, son. Like my son became the king. He clearly got all the money. He got all the technology. My son, my son out here looking pretty good. Saved her life. And she's still jacking. She can't be with my mans. Like, I don't really understand it. And even at the end, she really still didn't say, like, hey, I'm going to be with you. She was just like, I'll stay for a little bit. Like, And then she forced him to change up his whole ideals and stuff. I don't know, bro. Girls out here ruling the world for real. But just saying, like, she didn't have to do that to my son.
Okay, first of all, we're not about to say
he got options. That's what I'm saying. He the king. I'm just saying.
Who's better than somebody who is a spy, a fire-ass spy? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the heir to her tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Heiress to her tribe.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that she was fire, but let me just make sure that's separate because spy and fire is separate. So she fire, heiress to her tribe, a spy. She got hands, bro.
Alright, so
she got hands.
The answer to your question is the head of his private elite obviously is better than her. Like,
but she is dating
just obviously, no. First off, they broke up. I know we watched the movie. They clearly broke up because she clearly broke up with my son from Get Out. Clearly, he didn't listen to.
They didn't break up.
Clearly, he didn't learn his lesson from Get Out and not to trust the outsiders. But hey man, sometimes you gotta learn your lesson the hard way.
They dead ain't break up.
They dead what? Hello. This man said you would hurt me. And she was like, for Wakanda. No question. I mean, come on. She was literally about to castrate this man. Like, it was clip for him.
He dropped his shits though.
Yeah, because he knows he can't go against no woman, especially that woman. She out here smoking everybody.
That's a fact.
I had a little joke. My mom's is like, cause my mom swears she hit with the Marvel comics and stuff. She was like, yo, what happened to Storm? I thought T'Challa married Storm. I said, Ma, clearly they retconned it and Angela Bassett was Storm. I got a little chuckle out of that because, she had the silver hair. I thought that was funny.
Oh, are you serious?
I mean, she wasn't actually Storm, but, I thought it was funny just to say she's Storm. Because, she had the silver hair. We didn't really see her do nothing. She could have had superpowers,
Nah. I'm not even jacking that. You wanna know why? Because
she dead could have been Aurora. I'm just saying.
If she first of all, that was her name.
Her name is definitely. I know that wasn't her name.
Secondly, if she was Storm, nobody would be doing anything. All that nut shit. Everybody would be in their.
Her powers could have. She could have. Her powers could have been like Black Panther powers. They could have been from the plant, and she gave them up. You know. You don't know.
No, I'm not jacking that.
Also, Disney doesn't own the rights to Storm, so I obviously couldn't put her in the movie. But I mean, they leave a little nod.
Okay. No. Disney does.
Disney does not own the rights to Storm. Hello.
Fox. No, that's Fox.
Fox owns the rights to Storm.
Alright, you're right. Disney is Star Wars. That's another conversation. But what do you feel? Where do you feel Black Panther ranks in
I think it's honestly, in all seriousness, I would love to say it's number one, but it's
dead not number one.
How I really truly believe, I think it's
like if I think it's number one. You probably saying it. Wow,
I think it's number two. Yeah, I think it's number two, and this is and the reason why I think I put it at 2 is because visually, I think it's visually the best movie by far.
Visually the best movie
by far. Like it definitely looks better than every other movie.
No, I would
every other Marvel movie.
The most visually cohesive.
Because I think period.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had mad colors.
Yeah, but it wasn't prettier than
That's
it.
That's what
though.
I'm saying. Visually cohesive.
But no, it was. I think it was just
even
pleasing. From just a basic visual standpoint. I think it still looked better than both Guardians of the Galaxy. Like Guardians of the Galaxy was really colorful, but like so was Black Panther. Even when it was dark, like in the first scene when it was at night.
That's true.
It was still really pretty. So I think visually it was definitely the best movie. The soundtrack obviously was the best.
That's the best soundtrack.
Obviously the best. Kendrick like have freaking Kendrick heading the soundtrack, giving us all the listens, all of them, every single one. It was obviously Black Panther had the best soundtrack of all time.
All right, so now it makes me question: what's your top 3 or top 5 then?
Marvel movies ever?
Yeah, Marvel movies ever.
Number 1 is Winter Soldier. Captain America just so happens to be my second favorite superhero of all time. So then giving me a movie based on my favorite storyline in Marvel Comics history is just like they was just giving it to me. There's nothing I could have done. There was no escape. So that's my favorite movie.
Looks up the Black Panther soundtrack.
That was just my favorite movie.
He should have asked me already.
And the composer is Ludwig Göransson. I couldn't think of his last name. I knew it was Ludwig, but just so y'all know, Ludwig was out here on Fruitvale Station, Creed, and he collabed with Childish Gambino. Just to help y'all out to understand.
I think that's
why
Ludwig.
the soundtrack was so good. Why the soundtrack was so good, because they had two greats, Kendrick and my son Ludwig. But yeah, so Winter Soldier. I got Black Panther number 2, like I said, because it's visually and has the best soundtrack. I don't think the story was as cohesive as they wanted it to be. I found it myself personally irritating that they killed off Black Panther's 2 biggest villains in the same movie, basically like handicapping itself in a sequel, because like who's gonna be the new villain? Is it just gonna be like all of America? Like I don't know.
But I think they're coming up to a point in the Marvel universe where they literally have to dump all these movies on us before they shift it again, before they shift the movie narratives. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, look, if they clipped off Black Panther's villains and now he has no more villains, it's already known, a well-known fact that he's going to be in Infinity War, and Wakanda is a battlefield in Infinity War.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with like the sequels? Usually don't have anything truly to do with like the overall plot of the conjoined movies. But like you don't see Iron Man killing its main villains every movie. Like Obadiah Stane was a C tier villain. Whiplash, another C tier villain, and then you got Thor. Thor's first villain was a C tier. Freaking
Loki.
No, the metal thing. Yeah, it was a C tier, and then the Dark Elves C tier.
Dark Elves, really, bro? But you have to consider them.
What else, man? Captain America was the only superhero outside of Black Panther who had the. No, I'm talking about his individual movies, like the ones that are not have no just them.
That's Winter Soldier.
No, what? His first person, the first movie.
All right.
He went against Red Skull. He's the only superhero to go up against his main villain or an A-list villain in his first movie. Black Panther went up against 2 A-list villains, technically 3 A-list villains in his first movie, his main villains, and 2 of them got killed off. And one became an ally. So it's like, now for your second solo outing, who's going to be the villain?
But my thing about it is, look, in Iron Man, right, you say C-class, but isn't that how Iron Man started? So
what do you mean? How's that Iron? Like the character Iron Man?
Like this in this story, is that not who he first fought?
I'm confused. Oh, like in the comic books?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Iron Man wasn't really like a big superhero when he first came out, so I could care less who his first villain was. So like, but like in his more modern day times, his first villain was the 10 Rings dude. I can't think of his name right now, but Monarch? No, his name is definitely not Monarch.
With the 10
He's
rings?
usually green in the comic books.
Who?
What does he
do?
He's in the third movie, but that's like a joke. The Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
The Mandarin is usually the first villain Iron Man fights. Usually.
I said the Monarch. You hear me talking about butterflies and shit.
The Mandarin's usually the first, and then he doesn't fight the Mandarin until the third movie.
And it was kind of corny anyway. So
I agree, but it was definitely a wasted effort. But it was still like that's my point though. No one fights their main villain in the first movie in recent times. Like Spider-Man before the MCU fought Green Goblin in his first movie and killed him off. So that doesn't count. But like I'm talking about,
I was about to say like
I'm talking about in the MCU, which started with Iron Man. None of them have fought their main big villain except for Captain America, and he had to because Red Skull existed before essentially the time period.
But I'm gonna argue that Spider-Man and Spider-Man: Homecoming did, given the fact that the narrative for this one,
he fought Vulture. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like he did,
and then they didn't kill him off. He's in jail, and he's obviously gonna get out.
So are you just talking about killing?
They literally murdered the two villains that make up 90% of Black Panther's storylines, like in the first movie.
Okay.
And then the third villain that he usually fights against, they turn him into an ally. So it's like he's not gonna fight that guy.
What's up, Baku?
Right. So it's just like
Baku under Zoom. What was it?
I don't know, the Jabari clan.
Jabari clan.
So it's like they basically he just handicapped himself.
I mean,
so I don't really know how I feel about killing off your main villains. That'd be like Batman killing off Joker in the first Joker and freaking
that's like Joker never
Penguin
existed.
In the first movie.
That's like Joker never existed because that's the only reason why Batman exists is because of Joker. Let's be honest here.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired. No, that's not true.
Because like
Batman existed before Joker. He may be staying only because of Joker, but he existed before Joker.
Because
so
he can definitely eliminate all crime in Gotham with no fucking problem.
All right, but we're acting like Batman. All right, we're getting off track. But we're acting like Batman doesn't have the best rogues gallery of all time. So that's irrelevant.
He does.
So like, yes, Joker is obviously his best villain, but there was no Joker. We would still have great stories, regardless.
Not as good.
Seeing as the best movies, Batman movies. Joker's not even in them, except for
best of the trilogy.
The best one has Joker in it. However, the ones after that don't though.
There's only one other one.
There's two.
No,
in my opinion.
What was the other one after?
Well, the other Batman movie, with Scarecrow, the trilogy, the Scarecrow.
No, what I'm saying, like,
and then you have Batman with Penguin and Catwoman. Joker wasn't in that, and that's the second. And that's by far the second best Batman movie.
It is. Uma Thurman really bodied Ivy's position. I could fuck with that. And Danny DeVito was Penguin.
It was Penguin.
And then who was it?
Michael Keaton.
Oh,
that was by far the second best Batman movie.
Wait, wasn't there a Catwoman there?
Yeah, Catwoman was Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer did that. Dang.
That was by and Joker wasn't in it. That's my point. And then even though like the best Batman movie has Heath Ledger as Joker, he kind of played outside of himself. No one really thought he was gonna be as great as he was.
He did though.
he played outside of himself. And Harvey Dent wasn't like irrelevant.
He wasn't that good.
I enjoyed him. I thought he was a good Harvey Dent.
I mean, he was okay, but it was kind of like he could have definitely played. He could have stayed longer because he definitely died, bro. I'm joking. He got bodied. True.
But that's my like. I don't like movies. Kind of make it seem like they know they're gonna get sequels. Like they know 100%. Like we're in the era of sequels. Everything gets a sequel. So why would you kill off your main people, man? I don't really get it.
Wait, now that we are in DC, even though this was a ridiculous, it was a good segue into DC. Can we talk about this cast though? Uma Thurman, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Uma Thurman wasn't in that.
Oh, she was in the other one.
She was in the next one.
She was in the bad one, the Batman and Robin one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How as bad as that movie was,
I still watch
that
it
movie
is
only bad because people expect it to be a serious movie. That movie is obviously a parody and a comedy, and it serves its purpose perfectly.
I mean, you can jack that, but I think
I'm convinced because there's no possible way, no one in their right mind would put nipples on a Batman suit. make Bane into an inaudible wrestler. And no, that movie was clearly a parody of the other Batman movies. And if it wasn't,
it wasn't.
Well then, but if it definitely was, there was definitely a parody. And if it was a parody, it was the best parody ever made, because that to this day it holds up as a funny nonsense movie. To this day, still holds up. It's just not a serious movie.
Yo, can we even do like a top 3, top 5 for DC movies? Because I don't really like them that much.
When you talk about Marvel movies, I always think of MCU. So like, it's easier for them. DC doesn't really have a universe. Like,
they kind of throw.
They only have three movies in their quote unquote universe. So like,
and my favorite movies.
So, but if I could probably do it though. Movies. My favorite Batman. We're definitely not counting the DCAU. We're talking about live action.
There's no. I don't really fuck with a lot of live action DC.
All right, so I can give you a top 5 live action DC movies.
Wait, Batman, the Dark Knight.
They got Dark Knight. For me, it would be Dark Knight, Batman Returns. No, it would be Dark Knight, Batman Returns, Superman, the old Superman with freaking what's his name? Christopher Reeves. The first one was Zod. I think that was 3. I love that movie. It doesn't hold up today. It's like it looks pretty damn bad. But like when I seen it as a kid, that joint was fire. I love that movie. So I'm jacking that movie was 3, and then 4 would probably be Batman Begins, the first Batman movie, and then 5 is awkward for me because like. Unpopular opinion, I would pick Superman Returns. Which is like realistically a pretty bad movie.
What? That movie is trash, bro. Even though when it came out, that shit was the shit.
That movie was pretty. Once again, looking back, movie's probably trash. But when I seen it with my son, who's now shameless plug, he's in Legends of Tomorrow. He's fire, and I love him loved him as Superman. Like, literally don't even call him Ray in the show. I definitely call him Superman.
Because we're talking about superheroes, and we already finished our MCU, we touched on MCU, but we know more about that than DC, and we do have our good amount of knowledge in DC universe. Let's make a comparison. Which is better? Which would you hold up, and which would you prefer?
Alright, so I'm gonna break this down into 3 tiers because I always gotta break it down into 3 tiers. We talking live action, there's no contest. Marvel was better. Has always been better. The Dark Knight trilogy definitely tried their hand. They almost took it from them, but it didn't work out. So sad.
That's only because Marvel came back with like.
That's what I'm saying. So live action, definitely like, Marvel, no question. Now we're going to animated movies. DC got it. No, once again, no question. Like it's not even a contest. There hasn't really been one bad DC animated movie, whereas there's been a couple of Marvel animated movie flops. And then if we go in TV shows, cartoons. Live action TV shows putting out all in one. The 3rd tier, I don't know. It's close. I'm gonna give the edge to DC simply because they gave me the Timverse, which is obviously the best universe of all time, and in the Timverse they gave me Static Shock. So I'm never going against my favorite superhero, Static Shock, the greatest black superhero, one of the only black superheroes to have their own TV show. Shout out.
Well, once again, Marvel takes it. Like, there's no debating that. I don't know how you debate greatness. If the tiers, I have to agree because all my favorite DC movies are DC animated movies. Most of the Batman movies, not every Batman movie, I fuck with heavily. All of Marvel live action, of course, that makes the most sense. Marvel animated, something about the animation just turns me off to it, but I feel
like they don't be trying. Like,
they don't at all.
Like the new Spider-Man show is literally in trash, it's Adobe Flash, and it's just like,
it's trash.
Why y'all trying to save money? Like Disney don't own y'all, and Disney don't own everything on the planet. Like what is going on?
Like act right, my nigga.
That's the difference, and now we talking companies. You already know, like I may not know, but I'm sure y'all know. Corey is a Disney head. Like, when I tell you I've seen every Disney movie on the weekend it has come out. Like, I don't play no games. Disney is my favorite company. But Disney's stingy AF. If they ain't making a Disney movie with some songs in it, they spending the bare minimum amount of money on their shows. Whereas Warner Brothers out here throwing money at stuff. That's why they be going bankrupt and why Disney about to buy them. Cause they be throwing money at their shows. They trying to entertain. Disney just trying to make money. Warner Brothers trying to entertain, which is why why they animated stuff be better, because their animated stuff gets just as much money as their live action stuff. Whereas Disney, if it ain't on the silver screen, it's not getting no bread. Which is why they use Adobe Flash for freaking Spider-Man. That's so trash. And they hired my son from Boy Meets World to play Star-Lord on Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, that's what we succumb to.
But nah, I feel as if they had it. They had it with that Marvel, not the Marvel event, the Spider-Man shit, the Ultimate Spider-Man movie.
The original show?
Which one?
You talking about the show, right?
The one with Drake Bell.
The original show, yeah. That was dope.
They had it with that. But and then they definitely fucked up. But I mean,
but no Marvel show, and the way I look at it, no Marvel show will ever be as good as Batman the Animated Series or Justice League.
Nothing is gonna be better than. Actually, I don't know, cause that's
Nothing.
DC. That's once again DC animated.
Like, yo, Batman the Animated Series gave way to legitimately most of every child's childhood. Like, it gave us Static Shock, Superman, the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond, like, and I can keep going. Like, it literally gave us at least 10... It was the Dexter's Lab of DC.
Yo, Dexter's Lab was my shit.
It's the Dexter's Lab of DC. It's the freaking... I don't know. What's the show that spun off into mad stuff, too?
I was about to say, nah.
They all came from Dex. Dexter's Laboratory also gave us half our childhood.
Now, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a sneak peek into next week's episode when we talk about childhood television. While I serve some ass whoopings in Mortal Kombat X and Injustice 2. It's your boy Bandit. Oh my God, you trash at everything. And this bum ass motherfucker right here, Cherry Blossom.
That's aggressive.
Later, y'all.